Hello, I'm Patricia Azarias from the Lysicrates Foundation. And before we begin, I'd like to make a good news announcement. For teachers, we have a fantastic prize, 2 return tickets to Athens. Stay tuned to the end of this interview to find out more. Now, the Lysicrates Foundation runs the Martin Lysicrates Play Competition for plays written for kids years 7 and 8. It happens once a year, it's free, and it's amazing fun. In front of 600 kids in the Riverside Theatre in Parramatta in Sydney, 3 finalists each present a 10-minute first act of a new play. It's pretty basic, no sets, no costumes, and the actors have only had 3 days to rehearse. It's kind of a tryout. At the end, it's the kids themselves, not a fancy panel, not an artistic director, that get to choose the winner. They literally cast their vote, it's a token, into one of 3 urns in the lobby. And that's democracy. The 600 kids come from all over Sydney. And that's democracy too. And then the film of it goes online and kids all over the country can get to watch it and vote online. That's democracy as well. The next Martin Lysicrates competition is on the 22nd of August. And here today with me in Parliament House, in the beautiful Jubilee Room in Sydney, are 3 people who've been deeply involved in education. Carmel Tebbutt, Adrian Piccoli, and Tom Alegounarias. So Tom, let's start with a bit of background. You're of Greek origin. Take us back for a moment to ancient Greece.
Okay, Patricia, I don't go all the way that far back myself personally, but I'll say that there is no doubt that in ancient Greece, the idea of drama built up not only the idea of democracy, but possibly the idea of society, in that it was an opportunity to use words, to communicate effectively, to create common cause, to explore ideas of ethics and morals and politics, and then to use narrative and story to make those ideas powerful. And in doing that, creating a common sense of who the people were, and therefore, in effect, to create the idea of society. And as such, it was important to the ancient Greeks. So they'd gather and they'd share and debate and decry and laugh amongst each other, and as a necessity created the idea of both society and the sinews, the very sinews of democracy.
And that is the model for our Martin Lysicrates project. Now, Carmel Tebbutt, tell us what you feel the role of the arts is in developing young people today.
Well, I think the arts are really important to developing young people. It's really a way that young people can enter a world that is beyond their own experiences. They can walk a mile in someone else's shoes. They can learn compassion and empathy. But I think importantly as well, it helps young people experience emotions that might not be part of their day-to-day life. So all of this really does help develop young people. Particularly I think in the digital age that we live in, storytelling and theatre is very important, because that's a way that young people can really relate to something that perhaps is not what they're doing in their day-to-day recreational activity. So the arts are really important to young people, but we have to make it accessible to them.
Do you feel the Martin Lysicrates competition is a way of doing this?
Very much so, because I think what it does is it really takes young people behind the scenes in terms of how theatre is produced, how a play is written. They see it in its rawest form, and then giving them the opportunity to decide which play they like the best is really empowering for them. So it's kind of their first experience of democracy in many ways. So a great experience, both from that personal development, but also learning about how democracy really works and empowering them to exercise their own voice.
Adrian Piccoli, today you're director of the Gonski Institute for Public Education at the University of New South Wales. And as a father, what's your perspective on the Martin Lysicrates competition?
Well, I think the fact that it's about theatre and the the opportunity for students themselves to participate, but participate then in the decisions about who wins the prize, I think are both really empowering things. I think, as Carmel said, around, particularly in this sort of modern world of overexposure to technology, that old-fashioned way of communicating with one another, face-to-face, through theatre, through drama, I think is something that children don't get exposed to a lot, but there are huge benefits in doing it that way. And as a father, I know, watching my children through school, a lot of emphasis on the academics, literacy, numeracy, and STEM, and all these other kinds of things. And I think sometimes the arts, and particularly drama, falls by the wayside. So an opportunity like this is fantastic for children. The fact that it's recorded and there's an opportunity for students in the regions to participate, particularly in the voting for the winner, I think is a remarkable opportunity. Not just to get to vote, but the opportunity to watch some of these theatrical performances, I think is fantastic. And the fact that it is a competition just adds an extra element to it. I think children like that idea of a competition and feel particularly empowered when they've got a voice in who ends up being the ultimate winner.
Now, I can see you've got something in front of you.
It's incredible the amount of support there is for the Martin Lysicrates Prize, including this. I feel like I'm doing an ad here, but the fact that the English Teachers Association have produced such a comprehensive set of resources for the prize, I think is fantastic, and the English Teachers Association should really be commended for it. But what a great resource for schools, not just for those schools that are participating in this and the children participating, but actually the broader value it provides for the background behind the Lysicrates Prize. Is a great resource for all schools, and won't be just for the duration of this competition, but beyond that. So, great credit to the organisers, but great credit to the English Teachers Association as well for putting it together, and as well as the New South Wales Education Standards Authority, who've been obviously very supportive of it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So, go to martinlysicrates.com.au if you're a teacher, and check out the amazing Teachers Resource Kit. Now, about that prize. The names of all the teachers whose classes have voted will go into a hat, and teachers who have used the fabulous resource kit will get 2 entries each. Then the name of the winner of the trip to Athens will be drawn on the 30th of November 2019 and announced on martinlysicrates.com.au on that day. What an incredible Christmas present for one lucky teacher. The film of the Martin Lysicrates competition will go online on 16th of September 2019. Watch it, vote online, and most of all, have fun.
The Dionysia Festival in 334 BC. Spectators came to Athens, many plays there they could see. The crowds would boo and barrack and choose the winning play. No prizes for the playwright, the sponsors won the day. Lysicrates, the winner, built a monument. It still stands in the placa, of marble it's erect. The monument tells a story of Dionysus in disguise. A band of pirates kidnap him and get a bad surprise.